The Kenya Human Rights Commission and the Africa Centre for Open Governance have received a court order stopping the police and the Kenya Revenue Authority from raiding their offices.
This morning, AfriCOG foiled a raid by the two organizations that had come to its offices in tense exchanges at the AfriCOG offices in Lavington. Our reporter Andrew Ochieng filed the following report.
The happenings at the AfriCOG offices in Lavington were tense from the beginning. The officers from the Kenya Revenue Authority had arrived in two vans to implement a search warrant. Their orders were to take away vital documents and computers from the premises, but they could not be let in, and soon the gate was teeming with members of the civil society from numerous organizations, including a seething executive director, Andrew Ochieng.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? What are you? How dare you? This is not how a government behaves. This is how a government of thugs behaves. You don't do this. We are law-abiding citizens. We pay our taxes. Have you ever followed those MPs for whether they pay their taxes?
When the officer leading the operation removed the warrant, lawyers representing AfriCOG combed through it and came up with glaring irregularities. The warrant, they claimed, was blanket and had not specifically addressed itself to the organization or its director.
Strangely, and why we are saying it's highly likely a forgery, the order they are seeking to execute does not have even the name of the purported magistrate who has signed it, who authorized this.
Still, the officers were keen on implementing the orders, saying that if AfriCOG had problems with it, then it should challenge it in court.
That is a valid court order. The grounds you've raised concerning the legality of the order or otherwise, and whether there is a KRA police or not, there is a police within KRA, those are matters for the court to determine. I think for us then what we would want us to do is you allow us to comply with the order unless you have another order stopping the compliance with that particular order. Then that we can address in court.
The officials appeared to have been working on the directive given by the CEO of the NGO Coordination Board, Fazul, who in a letter to the KRA, the Central Bank of the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, had wanted AfriCOG to be closed.
Well, the government insists that some weighty issues dealing with the registration and taxation have been raised. The NGOs say that they have done nothing wrong and that really there is nothing to see here.
AfriCOG is not registered under NGO Coordination Board because it's not registered under that framework. It's registered as a company limited by guarantee, which is a proper and legitimate legal way to do things.
As AfriCOG, as the chairman of AfriCOG, I have not actually been made aware that there was any question being asked of us with regard to these issues. I'm one who signs the accounts, and other documents. So I would have known if there was an investigation or if there were questions, if there were issues that needed clarification. We've always been very free and easy. So this is a very unfortunate and development that's taking place, and a waste of public resources and a waste of the very taxes which they've ostensibly come here to collect.
There have also been reports that due to its history of filing petitions against the Jubilee leader since 2013, the activities against AfriCOG could be meant to stop it from filing an appeal challenging the re-election of President Uhuru Kenyatta.
If indeed this regime, if these guys think that what's been going on the last few weeks, the last week or so, is indeed legitimate, why are they attacking people who are critical? For what reason? If you have won, as they say they have won, why are they fearing? These are acts of people who have stolen. This is how thieves operate.
AfriCOG and the Kenya Human Rights Commission have now obtained High Court orders barring the government agencies from raiding their offices. The acting Interior Cabinet Secretary, Fred Matiang'i, has also ordered the NGO Coordination Board to back off and allow for the issues to be handled through a committee that has been formed by the Principal Secretary. Meanwhile, the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights has condemned the raid on AfriCOG and wants the Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Interior to operationalize the Public Benefits Organizations Act.
It was something that was mutually started by the NGOs working in tandem with the government because there was need for us to have a tighter regulatory framework that brought all public benefit organizations together so that we do away with the concept of what we had heard about the so-called briefcase NGOs, people operating who are not accountable to anybody, and that is what we wanted to actually seal. So I think the continued non-operationalization of this act really is a disservice to the sector because then we are not getting its full potential.
The new law, they say, will ensure that civil society organizations are registered under a new regime and will abolish the NGO board, which is headed by Fazul Mohammed. Andrew Ochieng, NTV.